Welcome back to Testing the Internet series. You're watching Part 8, Dynamic Content. In the previous video, you learned how to automate the process of handling dropdowns with the help of Set Web Dropdown Block and the ways to perform dropdown action and setting values. In this video, you will learn how to automate dynamic content on web pages, where elements change based on time, data, or user behavior. Have you faced challenges like images not loading with each refresh, lists of articles changing order, or elements that only appear under certain conditions? It is often because of dynamic DOM structures that shift every time the page loads. What if you could handle all these challenges in just a few steps, visually, reliably, and without writing a single line of code? To demonstrate, we'll take a simple scenario. Testing if the first news article in a list has a valid image. We'll tweak the strategy to find the right row, pick the correct image, and ensure it's valid, every time. So each time I refresh this page, it will have a new text and a new image, in the first row, second row, and third row. So the test case for us is to make sure that we at least load one row, and that inside that row, we have an image that is loading correctly. Let's build an automation flow in Leapwork to handle this scenario. We'll start the recorder and launch the dynamic content test case page. First, we'll capture the first row and use the Find Web Element block to locate it. Then, we'll capture the image inside that row. This makes our query search within the specific row element. That's all we need for now. So, we'll save and close the recorder. Now, it's time to edit the strategy to make sure Leapwork accurately finds both the row and the image inside it with ease. So, as you can see here, in the proposed strategy, the divs are selected in Parent section and the Below section. But if we see here, it's a text. And this we don't want, because we want the strategy to be dynamic, that could select any text in that occurrence. Let's select another strategy, but here too, it's the text selected. Let's select another one. Yeah, in this one, it's the div selected, and the use occurrence is 1. And if we see here, this text is not part of the selection criteria, which is exactly what we want. This means the strategy will select any text that appears dynamically based on the refresh action at that moment. We'll save this strategy. And to make sure that we are looking for the image inside the row, let's connect Found Element property to the source element. This means that our query is now querying inside the found element, in this case, the row. Next, we'll edit the image selection criteria to ensure accuracy. We don't want the actual image source to be part of this because this could change on a page refresh, so we will select the route to send child. In this case, it doesn't include the source of the image, it just uses the position in the markup tree. Because we already have the row selected, we don't need the top views. Just select the one inside the row that contains the image. Saving this strategy, let's proceed ahead. And then we also have required valid images selected. This means Leapwork will only pass the test if the selected image loads correctly, filtering out broken or missing images automatically. Let's connect Pass block and we're ready to run our flow. And yes, we can see Chrome launched and the dynamic content page loaded. The row was found, visible in the recording panel, and the image inside it was successfully detected. The flow passed smoothly. So this is how you can handle dynamic content in Leapwork using the different strategies. Let's look at the summary. We kicked things off by launching the dynamic content test case page using the Start Recorder. Then, we captured the first content row and used the Find Web Element block to locate it. Inside that row, we captured the image element to narrow down the scope. After that, we edited the location strategy to ensure Leapwork reliably finds the correct row and image every time. Finally, we ran the flow and confirmed that both elements were found successfully, resulting in a smooth and passing test. What you learned? You now know how to take control of dynamic content. What once felt impossible, automating content that moves, disappears, or reloads, is now within reach. You've learned the strategy. You've seen the result. And with Leapwork, you're not just testing smarter, you're testing with confidence. Give this exercise a try yourself and see how much faster your automation can be. Moreover, to keep learning or if you ever feel stuck, explore our documentation, knowledge base, and reach out to support if needed. The answers are just a click away. Thank you for staying with us and see you in the next automation journey.